Welcome to the one and only S.H.I.E.L.D channel. I am your host, S.H.I.E.L.D himself, and today we are very lucky to be looking at the Marvel Select Ultimate Hulk action figure from Diamond Select. So, as you can see, I already have him out of packaging, so I'll bring him in close, and then he'll just slide over to our left, and you and I will take a quick look at the package. So, it's your typical fare from Marvel Select. It's another huge package. Obviously, you know that the Hulks are a big figure. Just so we have a sense of scale, you're looking at over 12 inches total for the height. For the width, we're looking at, in case anybody is an in-box purchaser and doesn't want to take anything out, 4.5 inches. So really large box and really awesome artwork. That's why I keep them. So as you can see here, this is the side. Oops, I got a glimpse of my lighting set there. Not too advanced or crazy, but that's the side of the box. Awesome artwork as usual. And if we flip this back around here, it says Ultimate Hulk along the side there. It says Special Collector Edition figure. And here we have the transition from Bruce Banner to Hulk. I really like that. It adds some depth and really adds an awesome backdrop to some cool artwork. So love what they did there. And then on the back you get some product shots. You get the Ultimates issue number 5 showing the gray Hulk there. Then you also get a shot of red Hulk and green Hulk along with your proof of purchase. And at the bottom, Diamond Select Toys, Marvel. So that's about it. Oh, I guess real quick, in case anybody wants to read that, I'll have it in my information below if you want to check that out. But there you go. Take a quick pause. We'll get the package out of there. And we'll get the figure back front and center. So he's really cool. There is some issues with him. He's not as awesome as the original green version of Hulk, which is a different mold altogether. And that's what we'll go over now. I still recommend him. I think he's a great piece. I think he's better for display in hand. He's somewhat disappointing, and we'll go over that. So real quick, in case you hear me break it all, very thirsty. I'm gonna drink some Coke here to quench my thirst and energize at the same time. I need some caffeine. It's been a long week. It's been a long couple months. It's been real busy, but you don't want to hear about that. You want to hear about toys. So just take a quick break. That's refreshing. Feel free, Coke. If anyone there works for Coke, if they want a channel that has a couple hundred views working its way up to sponsor them, hey, I'm show me the money. I'm there. Probably not going to happen. I think they probably want someone with thousands, if not millions, if not billions of views. I digress. Back to the package. Yeah. Back to the package. Back to the figure. Back to this guy. Back to Ultimate Gray Hulk. He looks cool. He looks totally awesome. He's almost more of a statue than an action figure. So I think the fact that it says Special Edition Action Figure, it's a little misleading. You can't do very much with him. His legs, and I was disappointed when I bought that. I didn't know about the figure. I just picked it up because it looked awesome, and it does look awesome. But this is why we're having this video, so you don't make the same mistake in case you want something that has a little bit more posability. So his legs are permanently in that position. He does have a cut here, which is his joint. The joint for his legs goes in and out. There's slight forwards and backwards, but not much. I mean, you're really not going to get too much out of him in the in and out there. So you get 2 points of articulation. Same with this one. You get the, and I mean, that's just unattractive. That's not an attractive looking joint. You can cover it up, but then his legs are really close together. So having both of the joints covered up, I guess you have to have the cut a little bit spread. So let's go like that. Okay, so that's pretty close to having the joints covered up as much as possible. And then both, like I said, both knees are in the bent position. So like I said, great figure, great sculpt. As far as the position that he's in, as far as an action figure with articulation, it's just not there. But for me, I have the other Hulk, it has the articulation, so it wasn't too much of a concern. He does look awesome side by side, and that's something that you might see later. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But going back to articulation, he has minimal movement on the head. We're talking in the, oh, there we go, okay, so it's just tight. So you do get some left and right there, but you don't get any up and down there. As you can see, the sculpt and the cut right there, that's a bit of a bummer. His arms, we do have some in and out at the shoulders, and that's pretty dynamic. You get quite a bit of movement there on the shoulders, so that's nice in case you want his arms to be up and do something along these lines. You know, you can do that. That is possible. So that's good news. We do have a wrist swivel. Let me bring this arm down so you can see that. So you do get a wrist swivel, no articulation in the fingers, no articulation in the elbows. The cut for the arm is at the bicep there. So you get some articulation there, but again, it's hindered onto, you know, what it is that you can exactly do with this guy. So let's try and sort this arm out. I think we have to rotate it down and then twist this up. Oh, nope, that's as far as it'll go. So yeah, it's really designed to be kind of in that position. You can see the vein there flowing together. So the vein work is really cool. The chest and torso area, the sculpting it is really phenomenal. It does really look cool. But as you can see, there is no ab, there is no waist. His torso is one piece there, so no articulation there. We covered the head, we covered the shoulder, bicep, wrist cuts. Only thing left for articulation is the cut here at his feet. And again, it's another noticeable cut. The foot actually appears a little loose, so that's kind of a bummer. But it's just, it's the cut on the feet there. The articulation is really just meant to get him in a strong enough pose to hold him upwards. Now, unfortunately, that's my biggest gripe. The lack of articulation is an issue, but he looks so awesome in the pose that they have him in. It's not as much of an issue as you would think it is. And so I'm sorry, I noticed that when I touch the table, the camera moves, so I'm going to try and prevent that. There we go. There we go. That's easy enough. So the big issue that I have is, as you can see, I'm not sure how clear it's coming up due to the shadows here, but down the center of his leg there is a seam. Down the center of this leg there is a seam. Down the center of his arms there is a seam, and same there. On his chest the seam runs here and along here, and so the reason for that is the plastic. Let's see. The plastic is hollow, so that was really disappointing. The first Hulk figure that I purchased, the green original Hulk, was heavy, it was massive, and it was a really dense and large figure. Unfortunately, he is fairly light when you pick him up. He's got some heft to it. It looks like the crotch piece is a solid piece. The head, the shoulders, the feet, all solid pieces of mold and plastic, but the arms, legs, and torso are hollow. So just a forewarning. But you know, it's a $20-$25 figure at most comic shops. For the price, I think it's a great deal. If you like the sculpt and the stance that he's in, then you know he's going to work for you. It's going to look good. It's going to look good in your set. He's going to look excellent next to Hulk. And I think that's it. I think that's all we have left on this video. I recommend him. I think he looks good. I think that if you want something where you want to do some articulated posing and some pictures and photos, maybe not this Hulk. You might want to look at the red and the green ones. But if you want him to be on your shelf and just look awesome, you know, he's pretty cool. So he's 8 inches tall. And let's bring in some counterparts. So who does he usually match up with? Well, I'll bring in an Avengers team member so you can see the scale with a Marvel Legends class figure. So this is Iron Man. Now that's the Legends Iron Man and not a Marvel Select. So you can see the scale there. I think that actually works. I don't think that's too large at all. I think that's perfect. So you can't use him to scale with your Legends. Now we'll bring in Anti-Venom, who is a very awesome figure. I think the scale there works. I personally go by the motto that if you own Marvel Legends and Marvel Select, just the design aesthetic, the paint, the shadows, the shading that's done, I think they go well together. So Marvel Select figures with Marvel Select figures, Marvel Legends figures with Marvel Legends figures. So I think this goes really well together. I think the scale is built for that. And then we have the unmasked brown-suited Wolverine. I think that's a really, really good scale. Wolverine's a bit large, but he usually is crouched down a little bit lower there. So he could be a little bit too big. And last but not least, the moment you've all been waiting for, the other version of Hulk, who is just ginormous, and the Ultimate Hulk there. So as you can see, he is quite a bit larger and quite a bit, wider. His height is almost 10 inches. You're looking at, I'm sorry, did that even get in there? There you go. You're looking at about 9.5, almost 10 inches with that figure. Together on the shelf, these two guys just look awesome, as you can see. So I think that's it. I think we covered everything. Like I said, I think he's a great figure. I think he's a good purchase. Just don't expect too much articulation, and don't expect the dense, high-quality figure that is the Green Hulk. But I think that's all. So as always, I thank you guys for watching. Feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe. The more you rate, the more you comment, the more you subscribe, the more I can do for you guys, and that's what I want to do. I want to grow this channel. I want to make it awesome. So as always, I promise to do better the next time, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Peace.